Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Father killed, kids injured in Hanaton gun attack. A man was shot dead and his two children, ages 8 and 4, were injured during a gun attack at their home on Upper Oxford Street in Hanaton, Kingston on Wednesday morning. The dead man has been identified as 55-year-old Mark Mackenzie. The children, both students, have been admitted to hospital. Reports reaching reporters indicated that around 3 a.m., several men armed with guns entered the yard and went to the house of the now deceased, who was asleep in bed with the children. They reported they then opened gunfire, hitting them. Mackenzie, the police said, received gunshot wounds to the face and chest, while the children were shot in their legs. All three were rushed to hospital, where the father was pronounced dead and the children were treated and then transported to another medical facility. Man shot dead on Spanish Town Road. A man was shot dead on Spanish Town Road in the vicinity of St. Andrew Technical High School on Wednesday. The deceased has been identified as 22-year-old Tajay Morgan of Shearer Drive in Kingston. Reports were that on Wednesday around 12:45 p.m., Morgan was standing on the roadway with a woman when he was approached by men traveling on a motorcycle. The appellant alighted from the motorcycle and opened gunfire at Morgan, hitting him several times to the upper body. The assailants then reportedly escaped in the direction of Rosestone, Kingston on the motorcycle. Morgan was rushed to the hospital by police but was pronounced dead on arrival. Man dies in suspected fall in Westmoreland. Westmoreland police are investigating the circumstances surrounding the death of a labourer in Brighton Buffets in the parish on Tuesday afternoon. He is 47-year-old Edward Tomlinson of the community. According to the police, Tomlinson is suspected to have fallen to his death. Reports from the police are that a relative of the now deceased discovered him lying face down behind his aunt's house between 12 noon and 2 p.m., clad in a blue shorts and shirtless, with wounds to his face and neck suspected to be caused from a fall. The police were summoned and Tomlinson was seen lying on the ground face down. He was then transported to the Savannah Lamar Public General Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Reporters understand that he lived on an elevated area about 20 feet above where he was found. Tomlinson's cousin, who found his lifeless body, recounted the incident. "I went to my aunt to pick up a peg of garlic and some ketchup, and when I come back, me stumble upon him and me run off," the cousin, who did not want to be identified by name, told reporters. He said he panicked and went to alert the others. "Run go tell one of my cousin mother and my friend," he added. He described his cousin as jovial, hardworking, and a kind man who was loved by everyone in his community. Shoemaker charged for Kingston murder. A 51-year-old shoemaker has been accused of murder following the stabbing death of another man along North Odine, Kingston 10 last month. Charged for murder is Donovan Nooks of St. John Street, Kingston 12. The deceased has been identified as 33-year-old Kevin Thompson. Reports from the Halfway Tree police are that about 10:45 a.m., an argument developed between the two and a tussle ensued. Nooks is charged of using a knife to inflict several stab wounds on Thompson. Thompson was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. Man shot in dispute over horsewhip at Caymanas racetrack. Lawmen assigned to the Portmore police station arrested and charged 2 men after one of them was reportedly shot and injured with his own gun during a dispute at a racetrack in Caymanas, Portmore, St. Catherine on Tuesday, December 5th. Charged are 63-year-old Wayne Baines, otherwise called Teacher, a horse trainer of Spanish Town, St. Catherine, and 22-year-old Tyrese Heslop, otherwise called Green Mango, a racehorse exercise rider of Newlands, Portmore in the parish. Baines was charged with assault occasioning bodily harm and possession of a prohibited weapon. Heslop was charged only with intent, possession of a prohibited weapon, unauthorized possession of ammunition, and use of the prohibited weapon to commit a scheduled offense. Reports are that both men had a dispute allegedly over a horsewhip when Baines used his licensed firearm to hit Heslop in the head. A struggle ensued and Heslop managed to disarm Baines and shot him in the leg. The police were summoned and Heslop was taken to custody while Baines was taken to the hospital for treatment. They are to appear before the St. Catherine Parish Court on Friday, December 15. Alleged SSL fraudster Jean Panton remanded until May 27. Accused fraudster Jean Panton, the former Stocks and Security Limited SSL wealth advisor on multiple fraud charges, was on Wednesday remanded until May 27, 2024. Panton was indicted for 3 counts of larceny as a servant, 3 counts of falsification of accounts, 5 counts of forgery, 5 counts of authoring forged documents, 3 counts of engaging in transactions involving stolen property, and 3 counts of breaches of the Cybercrimes Act. Panton is accused of fleecing roughly $3 billion from more than 30 SSL clients over a 10-year period. On Wednesday, further investigations into the multi-million-dollar fraud at SSL revealed that more than 200 accounts have been affected, surpassing US $30 million in fraud and other irregularities, with inquiries extended beyond Jamaica. Evidence now shows that there are over 200 affected accounts and a staggering amount exceeding US $30 million attributed to fraud and other irregularities related to clients' funds. Despite numerous appeals and direct means of communication, the Financial Investigations Division (FID) had only received 23 official statements from affected individuals and entities, FID said in a statement. SSL has been under the temporary management of the FSC since January after fraud allegations surfaced indicating then that some 40 clients had allegedly been fleeced of a combined $3 billion from accounts. One individual, Jean Panton, has so far been charged and is being tried in the Criminal Division of the Home Circuit Court. The investment firm is currently involved in several open court cases, including with Welgen Limited, a business connected to sprint star Usain Bolt, Jean Elizabeth Ford, Deborah France, Mail Elaine Tapper, Jamaica Small Loans, and Microfinancing Limited, and Robin Delisar. Former SSL directors and executives have been listed as additional defendants in amendment claims. Hampton mourns following suspected drowning of student. Students and staff at Hampton School have been plunged into mourning following Sunday's suspected drowning of 6th former Issa Gar in Treasure Beach. Principal Charlton Brown on Tuesday described her as a budding journalist and an outstanding student with leadership capabilities. She was quite the leader and was involved in a number of clubs and activities. She actually launched one herself at the start of this academic year. She was involved in 4-H debating, the Journalism Society of which she was vice president, the Crochet Club, and she was also a member of the magazine committee, said Charlton Brown. She is very pleasant, quite polite, very sociably aware, added the principal. A police report said about 2 p.m. on Sunday, 18-year-old Whitgar and relatives were swimming at Old Wharf Beach and in Treasure Beach when she got into difficulties and was pulled into deep waters by a wave. The police said she was pulled out of the water by family members and transported to hospital where she was pronounced dead. At Hampton, Whitgar was credited for proposing and forming a committee to solidify connections between Hampton and Monroe students. She called it the HMC Hampton Monroe Connections. She and a close friend of hers submitted a proposal to the administration to form HMC in response to some occurrences she learned in the media in the last year to 2 years involving ladies of Hampton and their transition from high school into universities, Charlton Brown said, adding that Regard had plans for a network event in March. Her effort was to solidify the social network between the ladies of Hampton and her brothers at Monroe College. In fact, her proposal has the first networking event to be held in March of next year. That is something we are going to do our best to see through to completion in her honor and the efforts of her friends as well, stated the principal. Grief counseling for Hampton students and staff, as well as Regard's family, has been ongoing since Monday. Our guidance unit has been giving support to her classmates and sixth form in general, as well as staff. We have received support from neighboring counselors. Our school chaplain has been supporting the work of the guidance department. Our Old Girls Association dispatched representatives to support the young ladies, stated Charlton Brown. A delegation from Hampton School visited the family and will continue to give support, she added. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell.